Hey YouTube and English fans, as you can see, I'm out here in the neighborhood again. I find this is a good spot or place or locale that I like to make these videos. Pretty relaxing, and I can walk and talk. So welcome to this episode of, Learn Everyday English, your roadway to English proficiency. Going to be talking about something different today, another topic. It's called pet peeve, or pet peeves in plural, or plural, as some people say. And it was actually a suggestion or a recommendation from a viewer to talk about pet peeves. But before I do that, there are 3 things you can do for me. Hey, like the video. 2, subscribe to the channel. And 3, tell your friends about it so that they can benefit from this video and these videos and this channel just like you. All right, I kind of fumbled through that, but oh well, you see, even in English, we English speakers make mistakes. Hey, the car is coming, so let me kind of shut up for a second and let him pass by. Didn't want to get a little background noise in the video. But taking a walk around the neighborhood, vecindario, as they say in Espanol, and I'm burning up the asphalt. You might say, what does that mean? Well, asphalt, as you can see, is what the road is made of. That I'm walking on is asphalt. I'm burning it up. It means I'm doing a lot of walking, so the road is getting hot. It's just an expression of speech. It's not really burning up, but I'm burning up the asphalt while I'm taking a walk. Hey, well, let's get into the video and let's talk about pet peeves. Okay, I walked to a different location and I decided I'm gonna sit a spell, which means I'm gonna sit down for a while and do the video, because I got some notes, or a sheet of paper with some notes, and it's kind of a hassle to try to walk and talk and look at my notes at the same time. And over here in this area kind of near the lake, there's a little bench, and we say it's kind of a rickety bench. Though it's rickety, that means it doesn't look like it's in good shape or in good condition. Looks kind of weak, kind of in bad condition, and I don't know if it's gonna hold my weight. I don't weigh that much, but it still looks pretty bad. I'll show you what that looks like. To do that, here's a bench I'm going to sit on, and as I said, it looks kind of rickety. That's a word in English, rickety, or just in bad shape or in bad condition. And I see if I can sit here for a while or sit here for a spell and talk to you about pet peeves. Well, okay, I'm sitting on the bench and it hasn't collapsed yet, so that's a good thing. Looks like it's going to be able to hold my weight for a while. See if I can sit here. There's kind of still a lot of mosquitoes out and about. We say out and about, buzzing around. So I seem to be a mosquito magnet, which means I seem to attract mosquitoes. I'm like a magnet for mosquitoes, but we'll see how long I can sit out here. But it's really nice day. It's a Friday afternoon, about 2:40. I'm in the shade and there's a little breeze, so it's a real nice day. As I say a lot, it's a wonderful day or beautiful day in the neighborhood. We're going to finally get to the point. I'm going to talk about pet peeves, or in singular, it's a pet peeve, or plural is pet peeves. So what is a pet peeve? A pet peeve is something that annoys you or bothers you very much. Let me pick up my sheet of notes as the wind blew it off my lap. But a pet peeve is something that really annoys you or bothers you a lot, is a pet peeve. So what are pet peeves specifically? Well, I went on the internet and I did like a Google search and found the most common pet peeves, or the most common things that annoy or bother people, and see if some of these are your pet peeves as well. I know they are mine, and I'm just going to go down the list. I got a list of about almost 50, but I'm not going to go through each one. I'm just going to touch on the highlights, high points, or the ones I think are more common. One that was on a lot of lists is called gum chewing. If somebody's chewing gum like this, but they're also smacking the gum, like in English, the sound you make when you chew gum like this, we call you're smacking your gum. You're smacking the gum. So that can really be annoying or bother a lot of people. I know it kind of bothers me. The next thing that's a pet peeve for a lot of people is when some people are eating soup. You have a bowl of soup with a spoon, and you have the soup and you're eating the soup. But some people, we say, slurp the soup. They go, that's called slurping, making a lot of noise. So that can be a pet peeve for a lot of people. Another pet peeve is when people spit, like, that's called spitting. And they may be walking around on the street and all of a sudden they spit on the sidewalk, or they may spit near you. That can be a pet peeve. Here's one of my favorite, or my pet peeves that I don't really like, is people who cut in line. We say people cut in line. Say you're standing in a line to do something, to get some tickets, or you're waiting your turn, and then somebody, we say, cuts in front of you, and you've been waiting a long time. So that's really a pet peeve of mine, where people who cut in line, they can't wait. There's some fly or mosquito buzzing around. They can't wait, or they can't wait their turn. Another thing is pet peeve is people who talk with their mouth full. Maybe they're eating, they have food in their mouth. Hey man, what's up? Hey, how was your day? They try to talk while they still have a lot of food in their mouth. That can be a pet peeve. Let's see what else. Oh, have you probably seen this? Somebody's on their cell phone. Bring, hello. Yeah, man, what do you want? Yeah, okay, buddy. Yeah. They talk real loud in public while they're on their cell phone. That can be really annoying, right? So that can be a pet peeve. This is one my wife gets on me about as a pet peeve, is you leave the lights on in the room, in the house that you're not in. You're not occupying that room, but you don't turn the light off. That can be a pet peeve for some people. Not for me, but apparently for my wife. How about this one? You're in the bathroom and you go to do your duty, as we say. Maybe you do number 2. You sit on the john, or sit on the throne, we say, which is sit on the toilet. And you go number 2, which means you go poo, or poo-poo, or other words, take a crap, take a dump. And you reach for the toilet paper and there's nothing there, because the person that used the bathroom before you used up all the paper, but didn't put a new roll of toilet tissue on the paper roll. That's a pet peeve of mine. How about this one? You let somebody use your car or your truck, and they have it for a day or two, and when they bring it back, the gas tank is on empty. They didn't bother to try to put some gas in your car or truck for you. That can be a real pet peeve, right? Or maybe, how about this? And maybe people may not be able to help it or help themselves, but somebody has a cold, but they keep coughing all the time, constantly, especially if you're in a closed room or a small room, or you're in an airplane and somebody keeps coughing. And I know you feel bad, but sometimes you think to yourself, man, just please stop coughing. You might give me something. That can be a pet peeve. We have an expression in English about picking your nose. It's like this. We say picking their nose or digging in their nose. That can be a pet peeve. Or how about this? Maybe you help somebody with something. You give them something. You maybe let them cut in line ahead of you, but they don't say thank you. They're not appreciative of what you've done. That can be a pet peeve. How about this? This is another pet peeve of mine. In cars these days, we say they have turn signals where you can press a lever down and you can indicate which way you're going to turn, left or right. But there's some people that turn, and some people, they turn suddenly or very quickly, but they never use their turn signals. That can be a pet peeve. Or here's really a pet peeve of mine. You're driving on the freeway or the highway. Usually the left lane here in the United States is for cars that are driving fast or faster, or if you have to pass somebody. But there's always somebody who drives slow in the fast lane, and they never try to move over. You're right behind them. They're going like 50 miles an hour, and the speed limit is 70, and they just won't move. That's driving slow in the fast lane. That can be a real pet peeve. Let's see what else. Well, how about this? You know somebody who's never on time, who's always late? You have a meeting at 7, they come in at 7:15, 7:20. I know I had a lady that worked for me when I was a manager at the city. She was never on time, always late. We were supposed to get to work at 8. She'd get to work 8:15, 8:20, all the time. I had to talk to her about that. That was a little pet peeve. How about you go out to eat with somebody or a group of people? Hey, you want to share something, share some food, right? Everybody's all excited. Yeah, let's eat. But when the check comes, there's always somebody who doesn't want to pay or has an excuse. Well, hey, I don't have any money. I didn't bring any money with me, and I don't even have a credit card. So, hey, I'll pay you back next time. Is that a pet peeve of yours? Kind of need to sit up. This bench is very uncomfortable. Or have in the bathroom. Has this ever happened to you? You go in to use the bathroom and there's some poo floating in the toilet. They didn't flush the toilet. That can be a pet peeve, right? Can you relate to some of these? Let me know if these are some pet peeves of yours. How about this one? You go to a movie theater. Go to see I'm going to use my Texas accent. You go to see a movie in the theater, and there's people just yakking away. That means they're just talking away, talking in the movie theater, and you're trying to watch the movie. That's a pet peeve. That can really bother you, right? Or this one, you're in the supermarket or in the store. You're trying to get your groceries, and there's people pushing their grocery cart, but they're walking really slow, and you can't go around them. That's a pet peeve of mine, especially. Or hey, about this, slow internet. Is that a pet peeve or what? You're trying to get some work done, and the internet's taking a long time to load. You're just sitting there waiting. That's a pet peeve. How about this? People that are always looking at their cell phone. That's right, you young kids. Always looking at their cell phones. That can be a pet peeve. We have an expression, know-it-alls. Do you know what a know-it-all is? Yeah, know-it-all is the people that think they know everything. They know it all. People are always trying to tell you what you need to do with your life. That can be a pet peeve, right? Let's see. Or people that complain about a little thing. Let me tell you a little story. I was at the grocery store, and there was a lady in front of me, and she was, holding up the line because she was taking a long time, because she was arguing with the cashier about like 2 or 3 cents. She was saying, hey, I bought something, it wasn't that expensive, you owe me like 2 or 3 cents, maybe 5 cents at the most. I was thinking to myself, Come on, lady, you don't have anything better to do with your life than argue and worry about 2 or 3 cents? Hey, the time that you've taken arguing about this, you've spent 2 or 3 cents of your time. That really is kind of a pet peeve of mine. Let's see what else. How about this? People that sneeze, like, oh, but they don't cover their mouth. They just, and they're spreading germs all over the place. Is that a pet peeve of yours? Let's see what else. Negative people, maybe? People that are always complaining. They're never satisfied. How about this? Telemarketers, we call in English. These are the people that call you up on your phone unsolicited, which means you didn't ask them to call, and they're trying to sell you something. They're called telemarketers because they try to market things or sell things over the phone, which is telephone. Telemarketers. Is that a pet peeve of yours? That's a pet peeve of mine. Oh, here's one. I feel a little bit guilty about saying this, but one of my pet peeves is children misbehaving in public. Because you think, hey, parents, can you control your child? Maybe the child is just crying, we say throwing a tantrum, a temper tantrum, pitching a fit, we say in English, or throwing a tantrum. You're just going crazy. The parents, one, may not be trying to do anything or can't do anything, and the child is, we say, just running wild. The child is running amok and making a lot of noise and just disturbing everything in the store. That can be a real pet peeve. How about people that don't clean up after their pets or their dog, after the dog takes a poop or takes a crap in the yard somewhere? How about this for you married folks or people that are dating or have a significant other, which is like a boyfriend or girlfriend? Your partner gives you the silent treatment. That means they don't talk to you for a while because they're upset. So instead of trying to have a conversation about what's going on, they just give you the silent treatment. Is that a pet peeve? Yeah, that's really a pet peeve of mine. And let's see what else. The last thing that's a pet peeve on the list, and a pet peeve of mine, is somebody that never wants to admit that they're wrong or they did something wrong. You know it, they know it, but they can't bring themselves to say, hey, I was wrong, or I'm sorry. Is that a pet peeve of yours? Well, hopefully you learned something in this video. Now you know what a pet peeve is, or what pet peeves are. And let me know what are some of your pet peeves. Hey, let me know, how do you say pet peeve in your language, in Spanish or Hungarian or Chinese or German, whatever language that you speak, it's your native language. Let me know how to say that. I'd really like to know. Well, that's it for this episode of Learn Everyday English, the pet peeve episode. And remember, you can do 3 things for me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and 3, tell your friends about it. Well, that's gonna do it for me today. Make this video hopefully a little bit shorter. Take the time while I'm out in nature and enjoying the beautiful day. Well, have a good weekend wherever you are in this world, and we'll talk to you later on Learn Everyday English. Hey, check you later. Goodbye.